everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us for our 10th Fintech Sandbox Demo Day. I'm Kelly Fryer, Executive Director or CEO of Fintech Sandbox. On behalf of my entire team, I'm excited to welcome you to the first of our two-day event. 2 days, 12 powerhouse startups just for you. On both days, we'll feature 6 entrepreneurs for you across a broad range of fintech, solving real financial challenges, utilizing new technologies, and building for the future economy. For those not familiar with Fintech Sandbox, we're a nonprofit that provides a leg up for fintech entrepreneurs around the world by providing them with free access to critical data and resources in order to build, test, and scale their early stage products, all through our Data Access Residency. No fees, no equities, just data. This year not only marks Fintech Sandbox's 10th Demo Day, but also our company's 10th anniversary. We're proud to say that since 2014, nearly 350 startups and counting have been a part of the program, and we've built a truly global collaborative fintech community. Our demo days are an opportunity for Fintech Sandbox to bring this community together and feature just a few of the incredible startups that have come through our program recently, and to showcase the products they've built and grown with access to data from Fintech Sandbox's amazing 40+ data partners. As you can see, these are leading name data providers, and they generously provide data and infrastructure for free to some of the top fintechs in the ecosystem through Fintech Sandbox. Each year, Fintech Sandbox's Data Access Residency saves tens of millions of dollars in data costs for our startup founders through our mission of advancing financial innovation and lowering barriers for fintech entrepreneurs. As everyone is concerned about runway and burn rate now more than ever, our program becomes only more essential to ensure the next generation of fintechs get off the ground. Now, before we dive into the show, I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors. As a nonprofit, we truly wouldn't be able to host events like this or support as many entrepreneurs as we do without you. If you'd like to partner with Fintech Sandbox and help us usher in this new era of innovation, please reach out to our team. Before we get started with the demos, a few quick housekeeping and logistics on our lovely event platform here, Goldcast. Feel free to say hi and introduce yourself on our chat on the right-hand side of your screen there, and you can see profiles of each startup in the startup tab that you see at the top. We have 6 demos in store for you today. Each company will present for 5 minutes, including showcasing how their product actually works for you. While they're presenting, someone from each company will be on hand to answer typed Q&A. So feel free to add in a question via the Q&A tab on the right-hand panel. Just include which company the question is for so that we make sure to direct it to the right team. There's also a poll that we'll be using to track interest in each company. So if you'd like to follow up with or connect afterwards with a company, the poll will pop up on the right-hand side of your screen, and be sure to submit the poll for each company you're interested in. And then in between the demos, you also get to hear insights from fintech and innovation leaders on trends going on in the industry. So today you'll hear from senior executives from MCS Group talking about trends and tech talent today, FCAT discussing the importance of APIs and platforms to build credibility for fintechs, and Fintech Sandbox's very own Sarah Biller on the critical focus on digital identity and trust in today's financial services. Okay, enough of the intros. I know you all are here to see the demos anyway. So our focus for day 1 of Demo Day 10 is financial infrastructure to support work, life, and small business. You'll see startups today shaping a more digital and resilient economy by building the future of financial infrastructure for small businesses, consumers, and employers. We'll start first with focusing on the SMBs, looking at data transparency and credit access. And then we'll move into the work aspect, products to improve the financial lives for your employees across 401k transfer, financial rewards and incentives, and unlocking government benefits. And then we'll close with building digital identities and trust in international markets. So with that, let's kick off Fintech Sandbox Demo Day.
Hello, my name is Henry Magun. I'm the founder and CEO of Hansa, and today I'm going to talk to you about how Hansa is changing the way that financial products are marketed and sold to small businesses. At Hansa, we enable direct information exchange between financial service providers and the small business owners they want to serve. There is a huge market for small business financing, and yet only 42% of small business owners report having their financing needs met. Ultimately, a reason for this is the lack of adequate data that is needed to efficiently target and sell to small businesses. Currently, financial service providers rely on data that is largely aggregated without small business owners' knowledge or input. With Hansa, the data that we collect comes directly from small business owners. We focus exclusively on bringing this first-party data to the SMB data ecosystem. We do this by bridging the information gap between financial service providers and the SMBs they want to serve. Small business owners come to Hansa to learn about the types of financial products that are right for their businesses, receive qualified offers from capital providers, and improve their business's credit profile for the future. To access these offerings, they proactively share data about their businesses with Hansa, which we use to better serve them. Hansa provides this permission data to SMB data companies and financial service providers. By using Hansa, they are gaining unprecedented access to first-party data before a small business even submits an application. This reduces their CAC by helping them qualify targets before spending time to acquire them, expands the markets they can serve, and saves them time. In addition to data sales, our other revenue lines include affiliate revenue on referred financial products and external sponsorship of content within Hansa's educational platform. Hansa's application for small business owners can be broken down into education, access to capital, and credit building. Our educational content helps small business owners better understand the financial ecosystem surrounding small business financial products, and it gives them the resources to identify different ways that they can optimize their access to the services they need. Our programming covers things like business credit monitoring, access to capital, types of business financing, and more. Additionally, our content is interactive. This makes the learning experience fun and engaging for our users and enables them to seamlessly share information about their businesses, which we can use to help them access new products and services. On the capital side, Hansa's offerings center around using the data that we collect about their businesses to help them find, understand, and apply for different types of financing. Using this data, we can pre-qualify small businesses for small business loans, saving their owners time that would otherwise be spent researching and blindly applying for products they might not qualify for. In addition to pre-qualification, Hansa helps small business owners by guiding them through and pre-filling their applications to reduce any uncertainty and save them time. On the credit building side, we focus on helping small business owners access, understand, and augment the data that already exists about their businesses and that is used by financial providers to make decisions about them. Through a partnership with Equifax, one of Fintech Sandbox's partners, Hansa's users gain direct access to their Equifax business credit information. They use this to monitor their business credit profiles and track their improvement over time. Additionally, Hansa helps small business owners build their business credit histories by reporting their existing borrowing behavior. Many commercial lenders do not send their borrowers' payment activities to the business credit bureaus. Consequently, many small businesses that are good borrowers are not actually building any business credit history. Hansa partners with these lenders to offer their borrowers the ability to have their payments reported. This enables the lenders to tell new prospective borrowers that a loan from them will help build business credit. And it helps Hansa members by doing just that, building the foundations of their business credit histories. Hansa facilitates the flow of data between small businesses and the providers that want to serve them, and in doing so, is creating a more efficient mode of selling SMB financial products that saves time and money for all parties. If you are an SMB lender, data company, or financial service provider, we would love to meet you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Nico Yepes, one of Moffin's co-founders and COO, and we help companies in Mexico by giving them access to the same types of software tools and data that a sophisticated bank would use to screen individuals and companies as clients. Whether you're a financial institution trying to figure out if you want to lend $20,000 to a small business, or me, trying to determine who the best person is to take care of my dog, information is important to build trust in business. Companies struggle to get and process data for client screening. Building an in-house solution is challenging and doesn't make sense for most companies. An engineering team for completing data integrations, contracting data providers with high upfront fees, long-term contracts, and minimum volumes, plus months of delays is what comes with creating an in-house solution. And when you're done, the consultation process is still manual in nature, and switching between data providers is painful. At Moffin, we've developed a platform trusted by 70 companies in Mexico to collect information via forms from your clients, access data from many providers, and use software tools to work with and analyze data. It's just not cost efficient for most companies to build an in-house solution when they can rent the infrastructure, software tools, and buy data from Moffin with plans starting at just $120 a month. Let's jump into a demo for a company using Moffin to screen clients for small business loans. This is our configuration page. If you don't have an account with a data provider you're interested in using, no problem. When you create an account with Moffin, the default is that you use our credentials to connect with the data sources. You can also link your own credentials. With this option, all you pay for is our software service. One example of the tools available on our platform is our form builder, which is helpful for creating custom forms to get data from clients. Simply check the boxes for the data sources that you want, and we'll generate a unique URL to a white label site for your clients. Here's an example client intake form. This is what your client sees: your company logo, all the fields you need, plus the legal language needed to access data and comply with any regulation. Now, to review the data requested by your company, you have several options. Once your client has completed the necessary forms, the data you've requested will be available through our site, as you see here, through API, and through Google Sheets tools. Here's an example data report. This is a credit report. You can download it as a JSON file or as a PDF. Another feature of our platform is the auto evaluation tool. Here we help companies lower operating expenses and save time through auto-generated summaries of new client screenings. Pass us your criteria for pre-approving a loan, and we'll generate a one-pager for the most important takeaways. In terms of traction, we know this is a huge problem because over the last 2 years, we've accumulated more than 70 corporations as active clients and over $1 million of annual recurring revenue. We're working with clients across a wide range of industries, from the banks and fintechs that we started Moffin to help, as well as real estate and technology companies and multinationals such as Walmart. Moffin software has helped startups to launch credit products in weeks. Moffin has helped dozens of non-bank financial institutions digitize their client screening process and boost operational capacity by more than 30 times. And Moffin has also helped enterprise clients launch new products and scale them quickly. We're particularly interested in working with more enterprise clients that want to grow in Latin America. Moffin provides value not only to its clients, but also to the data providers on its platform. Data providers clearly stand to benefit from being on Moffin's platform as they have access to our client base. There are also several less obvious benefits, such as our sandbox environment, no-code solutions, transparent billing layer, and complementarity with other data sources. As we think of the market, we like to break it down by use cases. There are over 5,000 financial institutions in Mexico that could benefit from using Moffin's platform, representing an opportunity greater than $1 billion. We see even larger markets around use cases for real estate, hiring, and validation for distributors and suppliers. To date, we've raised $350,000 from investors such as RallyCap. In August of 2023, we reached profitability. Our ask is simple. If you're a data provider that wants to be part of Moffin, an investor that wants to help fuel our growth, or a company that wants a centralized platform to access and work with data for client screening, let's get in touch.
Hello, I'm David Savage, Data Partner Manager at Fintech Sandbox. I hope you've been enjoying the pitches so far. My role at Fintech Sandbox is to work with our data partners to help them find new use cases for their data and add sales opportunities with early stage startups. I also help startups get the content they most need to build and test their products. Thank you to all of our partners providing the data our startups need to succeed. So far, we've seen valuable solutions focused on SMBs across data and credit. And we still have 4 more incredible companies to demo for you too. Reminder, if you haven't already, be sure to check out the poll tab if you'd like to follow up with a specific team and learn more. We open a poll during each pitch if you'd like to connect afterward with any or all of the companies. And you're welcome to ask questions in the Q&A tab. Just note which company you're asking. Next up, we'll focus on fintech products targeting employee engagement, rewards, and benefits. But before we get into that, let's hear about that from the talent and hiring perspective, as our partners at MCS Group share their thoughts on current tech talent trends.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ryan Quinn. I am our Vice President of our U.S. operations here at MCS Group. We are a international recruiting and staffing firm that specializes in the IT space, specifically within fintech. So I am here in Boston. We also have operations and recruiting teams in Northern Ireland, in Belfast, Republic of Ireland, in Dublin, and in England, in London as well. But with our specialty coming in the talent and hiring space, I think it's safe to say that the last couple of years have been a roller coaster, to say the least. Whether it's to start the early years of COVID in 2020, where we were really just trying to get used to remote life and surviving as companies, to the then hiring boom that we saw from 2021 and 2022, followed with what we experienced last year, which was a bit of a downturn with SVB and the fallout of that, and then a lot of major organizations having to deal with overcorrections and reorganizations as part of the fallout of some of that expansive growth they saw in 2021 and 2022. So all of those kind of ups and downs have left a lot of people wondering what is next and what can we expect in 2024. Some optimism for sure. I think there will still be some fluctuation like in any market, but we anticipate a lot more of a steady hiring market for this year, going up into 2025 and 2026 as well. So with that steadiness of hiring and going forward, we do see a couple of trends, specifically within 2024. A lot of companies are going with the more strategic route in hiring. So instead of mass hiring across the boards, companies are identifying the most important projects, groups, business units, and are looking to staff up in those areas. In terms of specific technologies and technical skills, we see a huge increase with the likes of AI and generative AI, machine learning, NLP, data science, and software and mobile development. With some of the smaller startups and scale-ups, the need for pre-sale and sales folks and helping get that product out to market is going to continue to be key in 2024. And then we also see an increase in the contractor workforce. So a lot of companies that, again, need to hire. With what the downturn we saw last year, there is still the work. There's still a backlog of work. The teams that have survived are relatively stretched thin and need support. So an easy way to do that, and a cost-effective way to do that, is on the contractor side of things, especially if you have a 6-month backlog of work that needs to get done, but there isn't the promise of 2, 3, 4 years worth of work and projects for that, yeah, you can bring on contractors at a relative cost and make sure that the work still gets done, and your direct hire team can still operate and do their day-to-day jobs as well. So with that, there is a lot of optimism, kind of what we've experienced last year and going into this year. My one suggestion and piece of advice for anyone, whether you're a startup or a larger enterprise that is looking to get back into hiring this year, the recommendation is to have a hiring plan and have a hiring strategy, whether that's working with an internal TA team, an external recruiting agency. The more that you can prepare what skill sets you need, the candidate profile in terms of personality, what you want your interview process to look like, salary budgeting, the list goes on. But the more that you can prepare that and be ready to hire and know what you're looking for will make your lives that much easier once that time comes and you are ready to start interviewing candidates and start growing your teams. But I did just want to thank Fintech Sandbox. That this demo day is such a great opportunity to hear from promising startups, to meet with investors, and to overall just network and really help build out that fintech community. We're really excited to be a part of it this year, and I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Thanks.
My name is Meenakshi, and I'm the co-founder and CTO of Manifest. Manifest is the easiest way to consolidate all your old retirement accounts into one. Every year, 16 million people with access to a 401k switch jobs. And on average, a person changes job about 11 times in their career. Let's meet one such person. Meet Katie. Katie has just started a new job, and she's wondering what to do with her old retirement accounts. Like 16 million other people, she has 3 choices. First, she can cash out. Cashing out is terrible for retirement outcomes, but unfortunately, $2 trillion have been lost to cash out in the last 5 years. Next, she can leave it as is. Americans on average has 3 accounts laying around. These accounts tend to have higher fees and are often poorly managed. Finally, Katie can consolidate, and that's the best option. But unfortunately, 89% of people who start a transfer do not finish it today. It's 2024, and transferring is still a pen, paper, phone call, and fax machine process. A transfer could take up to 60 days and actually 8 hours of Katie's actual time. Let's take a look at this problem from an employer perspective. Katie no longer works with any of her old employers, but they're still paying for her account. With an efficient transfer solution like Manifest, Katie can quickly consolidate, and her employers can reduce cost, while her new employer will get an account balance would have otherwise taken 4 years for them to get to. Transferring is not a zero-sum game. With a consolidated account, Katie can now get an additional 36% assets in her account over the next 10 years. None of this is hypothetical. We are already in the market with employers. We have transferred millions of dollars in assets, and we have access to 250,000 participants through various partnerships and employers. We partnered with Washington University at St. Louis to study the impact Manifest can have on a large employer plan. We found that with Manifest, we can increase average account balances by $13,000. We can increase engagement and contribution rate, and we can reduce cash out rates by half. Let's take a look at the product that's responsible for this impact. Manifest can be accessed 24/7 on any device with simply a URL. We learned very early on that our users can forget a lot of details about their old accounts, but they always remember their employer name. We built a database so people can easily find all their old accounts. Next, we have Henry, our virtual transfer specialist. Henry helps people navigate through all the jargons and help Katie make decisions more confidently. Once Katie makes all her decisions, all she has to do is electronically consent when a transfer is started. All in all, it takes about 7 minutes of Katie's time. Behind the scenes, we run 25 plus checks to make sure Katie's transfer is in good order. If anything comes up, we are registered financial advisors who can jump in and help. An average transfer with Manifest takes about 14 days, and it takes about 7 minutes of Katie's time. This is possible due to the robust automations we have been able to build with the help of a number of data partners. Through our partnership with Fintech Sandbox, we recently worked with Morningstar to beta test some additional features for our users. Transfers, automated transfers exist in other industries. For example, brokerage account transfers. These entities in this market tend to own up to 96% of market share. Unfortunately, none of this exists in the 401k space. That's why we have to navigate the pen, paper, phone call process. Today, Manifest is working to build the pipes between these providers so we can make transfers more automated and seamless. With Manifest, transfers are more digitized. It can be much more faster, and we can also reduce risks significantly. Thankful for us, the 401k industry is pretty concentrated. The top 40 providers make up to 98% of market share. We are already in talks with 5 providers at various stages to start integrating with them. Providers love what we are building because as an industry, they lose $5.7 billion every year due to inefficient transfers. With Manifest, we can give providers assets faster, and we can also significantly reduce their operational cost. With this, the provider who is receiving the asset is really happy to pay us a one-time transfer fee. With this model, we can always keep Manifest free for all our employers and participants like Katie. We are working to build the pipes between 2 providers by the end of this year. As we integrate with more providers, we grow our revenue, but we can also automate more and more transfers, leading to a very strong network effects that digitizes transfers for everyone. Thank you for your time. If you're an employer who would love to work with us, or if you're interested in knowing more about Manifest, feel free to reach out to us. Happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jonathan Hillis. I am the CEO and co-founder of Tenure Employee Rewards and Benefits that are personalized, purposeful, and portable. We know today it costs 2 to 5 times the annual salary to replace an employee. But not just that, a lack of employee engagement could cost the US economy nearly $2 trillion. That's crazy. And we also know that US businesses are spending $92 billion on non-cash incentives annually. But they're not working, because one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work. HR decides what employees get, but the next generation, they want to stay. That's why we created Tenure. It's a hyper-personalized solution for the next generation. We easily help businesses load funds onto our platform and connect through HRIS systems. They're easily able to pick an employee who's doing an incredible job to reward and recognize. And they're able to select the personal financial goal that they're looking to achieve and pick an amount to reward, and that's it. It's a very simple system to use. Because we made this for middle managers, because we know employees don't leave companies, they leave managers. So we want to help them be more productive in understanding what truly drives their employees to succeed. We also want them to exceed those business objectives, but also sharing those successes together. Now, for employees, it's super simple to get onto our system. They simply link their payment cards, whether it's a Visa, MasterCard, or debit, doesn't matter what bank they are, because we're directly on the rails with those systems. because we want to help them round purchases. So they set their rounding parameters, then they put in their personal financial goals, and then they get to pick the benefits that make most sense for them. So we want to automate the savings process, right? Because we're a preferred savings model, not a forced spendings model like a gift card or marketplace program. So we easily help them round up purchases, earn cash back where they spend, allow their companies to match their funds, and reward them quickly and easily so that John can get that engagement ring faster. Now, we want to help those employees reach financial freedom as well. So we're taking that real-time card link spend data, their personal goals, and previous 12 months of data through Plaid and Argyle to create an AI machine learning model that spits out an incredible hyper-personalized budget recommendation and financial literacy to their employees, while also helping the employer know when to reward their employees better. Now, we want this to be dynamic through their tenure, right? So John, who's 20 to 25, is probably looking to pay off debt, travel, or focus on his mental health. Not just that, when he gets to 25 to 30, it's probably those life milestones that he's looking to achieve, like an engagement ring, wedding, maybe a first home or start a family. But when he's older than that, he's probably focused on retirement, investments, or children benefits, right? And our goal is to reduce that financial stress so that John looks 22 when he's 65. But it's not just that, it's a bi-directional portability, meaning that if something doesn't go well in the company and John has to leave, tenure can go with him. Now, this is backed by science. We know those one-size-fits-all approach don't work because it provides a guilt and impulse spending. That's why with tenure, we're linking that intrinsic reward and extrinsic reward to the hyper-personalized goal to create higher and longer dopamine within the business and help with that financial wellness and improve mental health. Because we're here to help businesses save time and money. HR doesn't have to go procure any of these types of programs. It's all on the tenure platform. So we can decrease expenses with that. But not just that, we're helping increase company performance because employees are more productive. And not just that, they're more engaged. So we're tackling the $15 billion total gift card market right now in a $789 billion rewards and benefits market. We're a SaaS model. We're charging $5 per user per month. We've got 20 current clients signed up for our paid pilot with about 1,500 users. And we're focused on that small to mid-sized businesses, 5 to 500, which creates about 3.6 million. And we're focused on HR professionals and business owners to sell to. Now, over this next 6 months, we're going to complete our pilot with clients. We want to grow our channel partners, complete US banking partner integration, and grow our clients to 75. So if you're a US bank or a BaaS provider, or if you want to check out our system and want to be a customer or a channel partner, connect with us. Let's figure out a way to partner because we know the one size doesn't fit all. Hyper-personalization is the future, and because we're tenure and we recognize the good often.
If you believe investing is the bedrock of a great financial future, you will be shocked to know that 40% of all adults in the United States do not have access. Do you believe we should be doing something about this? We do. Hi, I'm Biju, Head of Fintech Solutions at the Fidelity Center for Applied Technology. And my job here is to build platforms that can engage with the fintech ecosystem, where we can co-create and collaborate on solutions that enable access for all and democratize access to financial services. Now, having spent about 10 years in the fintech ecosystem, I truly believe fintech is different from other technology innovations. And the reason I believe that is in technology innovation, you have two axes that come together. The first one being technology advancement. Think mobile phones. That really changed the paradigm. And the other piece is customer aspirations. But when you come to fintech, there is a third and equally important element. It's financial regulation. Many of you would have seen recently, the SEC approved ETFs in the Bitcoin space. And that is transformational. So you see the impact of regulation in fintech. Now, given the three axes being equally important, the foundation for good fintech innovation comes from the agility of a startup with the bedrock of a financial services company. And these two really come together to deliver value for our customers. Now, having spent a lot of time on the enterprise side of the fence, let me share a few thoughts and learnings from many years in this field. So for simplicity and ease of recollecting, I'll call them the ABCs. The first one I would like to share with you is APIs. APIs are foundational, but today everybody has APIs. And when you look for a partner, look for the right partner with the right APIs. If you are told, hey, here are 10 features and you have APIs for 3, but not for the other 7, choose. Because that just means that there's a lot of window dressing on a legacy platform, and you will discover the challenges as you go along. A recent study showed there are over 5,000 plus API, financial APIs available there, and therefore choose. There is freedom, right? So very important to integrate with an API provider and make the right choices. If you see, another example is if you see APIs with hundreds of options, believe me, they are just sharing an existing platform via APIs. So again, you have to be cautious about where you go. The second one, the B, is batch. And this is actually a negative headline. If you hear batch, then run for the hills, because that just means it's another legacy system. You will not be getting real-time information, and do not settle for near real-time, because that's just fancy speak for batch, right? It's about old processes, systems that were built in the past century, and they're trying to integrate with you. And you as a founder know you don't have time to waste in discovering that. The third one is cloud. You need to look for systems that are not just on the cloud, but built on the cloud. We like to say born on the cloud, because unless you're born on the cloud, you have come with a lot of legacy. You will hear people tell you, hey, we need to understand your volumes because we need to provide you service. But if you're really on the cloud and you can auto scale, that is a question you should watch out for, because that's not the partner you want to go with. Now, if you truly believe these ABC are important, and we have a list that goes all the way to Z, right? D could be for digitized, E could be for efficient, F could be for fraud prevention, and all the way to Z. We would love to partner with you and see how we can really democratize access to financial solutions and really transform the life of our customers and give them financial well-being. Once again, we are here at the Fidelity Center for Applied Technology and would love to speak to you and see how we can take the journey forward. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kat, and I'm the co-founder of Starlight. Starlight is on a mission to provide every household with a financial safety net. Today, the social safety net is crucial to the financial health of 50 million households in the US. Each year, the government allocates over $500 billion in funding for programs that support households with critical expenses, ranging from college tuition to assistance with utility bills. However, $140 billion in this allocated funding is left unclaimed each year. Now, this is happening because of two main reasons. First, awareness of programs is low. Not only do households have to spend hours scanning government websites, decoding programs, and finding ones they're eligible for, they also have to traverse confusing forms and call centers to get the help they need. These are people who, as a community bank or credit union, you encounter daily as your customers. Your hourly workers, community college students, young moms, who today are struggling to make ends meet and keep up with inflation. That's why we built Starlight. Starlight helps financial institutions connect their customers to critical government programs that can provide them with the financial help they need. Here's how it works. First, Starlight integrates with your financial institution and analyzes customer spend to identify the most relevant benefits based on your customer's financial profile. On our backend, we are keeping track of local, state, and federal level benefits and eligibility rules, which help us to pre-qualify your customers for the programs that would help them financially and generate a prediction score of our confidence of their eligibility. As you can see here, different customers are eligible for different benefits based on their income and profiles. With this analysis, we then utilize our proven marketing playbook that enables you to reach your customers with the appropriate personalized message, letting them know about benefits that can help them. From there, Starlight handles any communications and operations to support customers in accessing government benefits. We provide different ways for customers to get help, anything from personalized self-serve guidance to getting one-on-one support with our expert staff. And we're there with them each step of the way, providing helpful nudges and reminders that get them through the finish line. And once they're there, we help them to deploy savings in ways that matter, whether it be towards their savings account or paying down a loan. Finally, Starlight helps your financial institution track and report on metrics that matter, including engagement, savings, and impact delinquencies. With Starlight, we help you deepen your relationship with customers and grow your bottom line. And we've proven this with our early partners who saw this as a unique differentiator for their locally focused institutions. They also saw double their baseline engagement and over $1,000 a year in savings per customer. Why Starlight? We've done the work again and again and know how to do it for your customers in a way that exceeds customer expectations while making it easy for you to integrate with us. We're trusted by the largest philanthropy in New York City, where we incubated our idea, and industry experts like True Stage Ventures have given us funding to grow. We believe now is the best time to be focused on a solution that meets the needs of your customers, especially in an environment where we have a shrinking middle class and more people living paycheck to paycheck. In addition, technological innovation sets a new standard for convenience and personalization. On top of that, the regulatory environment is calling for financial institutions to seek new ways of serving households in financial need outside of overdraft fees. Our aim is to help each one of you take your customers to financial health. We're creating the win-win, fewer defaults and more savings and deposits for your bank and real savings for your customers. Together, let's build a financially healthier world. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sarah Biller, the co-founder of the Fintech Sandbox. It's really hard to believe that we are welcoming you all today to our 10th annual Demo Day. Though the volume, the variety, and the velocity of data has increased at rates more than any one of us could have ever projected across the past decade, we did expect that both the exponential growth of data and its equally increasing importance would happen when we launched Fintech Sandbox. But I think what was unexpected was the significant and speedy advancement of artificial intelligence, largely fueled by the availability of diverse data sets and vastly improved data aggregation layers in the form of natural language processing or computer visioning, as well as computing power, has resulted in a step change in capabilities that is further catalyzing the digital transformation of industries, and especially for all of us in financial services. In fact, today, financial services is being digitized at rapid rates. It's being embedded in non-traditional sectors, and it's capable of serving customers not previously reached. And ironically, and though this period of technological innovation has brought financial services to so many more historically disparate segments, there is no uniform solution for identity in this rapidly digitizing world. As you all probably know, digital identity are unique system-based credentials rather than what we currently use, like a physical mechanism, like a passport, to authenticate our identity. But identity can also be an application or a device, and it always happens in an online environment. This digital identity enables connected systems and services and applications to know who or what they are interacting with at any time, and it verifies that it's the right person or the application or device is accessing the right service, and of course, for the right reason at the right time. Fortunately, today, there are amazing and experienced entrepreneurs addressing this challenge. And I'm thrilled to introduce the Nufi team to demonstrate for us today their identity validation platform. And there's no time to waste for the Nufi team to get started and see you. The challenge of identity has become more acute in our rapidly digitizing world. I just read today that McKinsey's Global Institute estimates that there are 3.4 billion people who have some form of identification, but have very limited ability to use it in the digital world. Thank you for joining us today, and please join me in welcoming Fintech Sandbox Data Access Residency members Nufi to the stage to tackle this very challenging moment for us and help us move forward in this next decade of innovation in financial services.
Hi, my name is Hans, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Nufi. And I want you to imagine that you are arriving into the US. You're a newly arrived immigrant, and your whole history is unknown. And you know, everything we do really starts with trusting other people. So when you arrive into the US from Mexico, how are you going to get a new account open? How are you going to apply for a loan? How are you going to participate in a hiring process? Background checks from Latin countries and from Mexico in particular are really manual processes that are expensive and that are time consuming. So that's exactly what Nufi solves. Nufi enables trust. Our background checks have the capability to execute on any Mexican person or company, and we can provide you a full background check in just under 3 minutes. We have the most exhaustive background checks there are, and these enable you to have a quick and safe trust decision. So we empower the US financial institutions to serve the Latinx community. So what makes Nufi the best are really 3 things. We're very simple to use. All of the data needed for you to trust somebody is in one place. We have unrivaled data sources, and we are modular in our execution. So what do I mean by simple? We only need one data point, which is a picture of the person's ID. And with that picture, we can provide you all of the data you need to make an informed decision. So you provide this picture, you take a selfie, you take a picture on the front and the back of that, and we're able to provide you the full national ID registrar, the tax ID of the person, the companies that this person is a shareholder on, his social security number, his employment history, his judicial background, his social networks, his phone numbers, and all of the data you need to trust this person. So that's why Nufi has created more data sources than anybody else. We have more than 130 data sources that we have processed and we provide every single day. But we're also flexible and modular in our execution. That means that you can use Nufi directly in our platform, in a ready-to-use platform, or you can integrate our data sources directly into your own workflows with our APIs. How do we make money? Very simple. Our customers prepay us for packages of background checks or API calls. And our clients are mainly financial institutions, but we also have use cases with hiring companies and proptech companies as well. And there are a lot of companies that have trusted Nufi right now. We see a great potential in the identity verification market, over $3 billion just for our TAM. And we have a very much growing traction. We have more than 190 B2B clients that are generating revenue. 3 of the largest banks in Mexico are between them. We raised $450,000 angel round, and we're an alumni of Techstars in winter 21 and from the Google Accelerator in winter 22. We're making over $50,000 month-over-month revenue. Last year, we made a little under $500,000 in revenue, and we're growing a lot. We grew 7 times in revenue last year, and we grew 2 times in the amount of customers. So what is the future of Nufi? Nufi will become the first alternative information provider for Latin America, a place where you can get all of the data about a person or a company in a regulatory compliant fashion, and that will enable a safe and quick solution. Thank you.
As you can see here today, there's really powerful financial products being built to shape a more digital and resilient economy for both small businesses and consumers around the world. Congrats and a huge round of applause for the 6 incredible companies you saw present today and the powerful products they've built so far. And of course to Biju from FCAT and Ryan from MCS Group for sharing their industry insights with us today. If you're a fintech entrepreneur like these presenters today, looking for data access or help getting off the ground, submit an application to Fintech Sandbox's Data Access Residency. We accept companies on a rolling basis and are always admitting new startups to our program. Be sure to come back and join us on Thursday for even more demos. We'll focus on emerging technologies like AI and quantum computing and the future of capital markets, including alternative investments, navigating commodity risk, climate fintech, and more. You won't want to miss it. Same time, same place, 11 a.m. Eastern on Thursday morning. Thank you again to our amazing Fintech Sandbox sponsors for generously supporting our entrepreneurs, our organization, and this event. And of course, thank you to our data partners for fueling fintech products and working with us to push innovation forward. If you're interested in working with Fintech Sandbox to build the future as either a data partner or sponsor, please reach out to our team. Thank you all again for joining us today. See you back here again on Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for more demos. Bye.